Okay, once again, welcome back, students. Today in this lecture, we are going to learn about the next topic of our subject programming in C++, subject of semester 3, Computer Engineering Department of Diploma Engineering. So today in this lecture, the lecture outcome of our topic is list different data types that are available in C++, or you are able to write down the different data type available in C++. And for that, the topics that are to be covered in this lecture are: first is basic data types in C++, second is user defined data type, and the third one, that is derived data types. Okay, so first topic, that is basic data types in C++. For that, first we go through the topic what is the data type. So data type is nothing but to store the different types of data in particular variables. What type of a variable, or what type of variable that is to be used to store that data, is nothing but data type. So different examples are available. You have already used in C language also in your previous semester. That is basic data types are available: integer, character, float, boolean, and many more. Okay, next, that is different types. First we are classified those types that are available. So the data types in C++ are basically divided into three categories. First one is basic data type, second one is user defined data type, and third one is derived data type. So basic data type examples are given below. First one is char, second one is boolean, third one is int, float, and double. In case of user defined data type, first is structure, union, class, and enum, and the last is derived data type, that is array, function, or pointer. Okay, now first we go through the basic data type in C++. Okay, so data type, that is first is char. One table is given here. So it is data type, then size in bytes, that is being stored in the memory, and the range in which this for storing this type of data we can use the data types are being mentioned. Okay, so first one is char. It reserves 1 byte, and its range is -128 to +127. For boolean, it also requires 1 byte, but for storing the data, that is true or false. For short int, 2 byte, and -32,758 to +32,767. Integer, it requires 4 byte. Generally we always use integer, but in case we can also use short integer, so it can reduces the storage by 50%. Okay, so for integer, 4 byte it's a reserve, and -32,768 to +32,767. Long integer, it's 4 byte, and its range is -214748368, very big number, to 214748367. Float, it also requires 4 byte, and the range is -3.4 e raised to power 38, that is 10 raised to power 38, and up to 3.4 into 10 raised to power 38. And last is double. It also requires 8 byte, and the storage is -1.7 e raised to power 308 to +1.7 e raised to power 308. E raised to power is nothing but, you can write it also as -1.7 into 10 raised to power 308. Okay, so there is no confusion. So basic data types in C++ are available at this much. So for basic, that are inbuilt data types, also we can say primitive data types also can be referred as basic data types. So these are inbuilt data types that are provided by the C++ compiler or the system, and we can directly use them by declaring them. Okay, so our next category of data type is user defined data type. So these data types are nothing but the data types which compiler allows user to define. So from that, the first category is structure. So to store the different basic data types that we already shown previous, that is integer, character, boolean, and making their groups, then we require structure. So structure is nothing a group of elements of different data types under a group, you can say, or under a single structure name. So in the left side syntax was given, we have to write struct, then struct name, and in the curly bracket we have to mention the data members. First we mention the data type, and then we have to write the name of that data member or variable. And the right side example was given, struct student care name 100, so it is an array. For addressing also it is array, for division it is 50 size array, and for roll number it is integer value. So this is nothing but the structure. Okay, now next user defined data type is union. So union, as we compare with the structure, it are looking as same as we had gone through the structure, and the same example I have used, so it will be clearly that how or what is the difference between the union and the structure. So only one major difference between the union and the structure is that in structure individual memory space is allocated to each and every data member which is being defined under the structure. But in case of union, the maximum space of any highest maximum space of any particular data member is being assigned. So in our case here 100 size for name and address is there, so they are both equal. So here in our union only 100 bytes will be allocated, and that 100 byte is being shared between the 4 members, that is name, address, division and roll number. But in case of structure, the name 100 byte for name, 100 byte for address, 50 byte for division and 4 bytes for your roll number is being allocated. So for memory, you can say for memory efficiency or proper memory management, you can use union as a user defined data type. Okay, next that is class. We have already discussed is that the class is nothing but is being user defined data type, and it is being defined. It holds the data members and member functions, and to use the class data members and function we want to create the object of it. Okay, so in the left side syntax is given class names, then data members, okay, and their member functions. In the right side it is mentioned class student and integer roll number. So integer roll number is data member or data variable, you can say. And below void display, that is simple a method which we have already seen of printing hello world or hello. That is nothing but a simple member function. Void I have write because it does not return any value. Okay, fourth one, a user defined data type is enum, enumeration data type. So this basically used to assign names to integer, means it allows names as a value. Okay, syntax is given, you have to write enum, then enum type name, and in curly bracket you have to mention values. And the example it is mentioned enum days, Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. So the days has contain value Monday, Tuesday or Wednesday. It can be any of three, or you can assign also, and you can compare it by if condition. Okay, so our third category of data type, that is derived data types in C++. Okay, array you have already learned in C. Again it is an part of C++ also, array. So array is nothing but a linear data structure, and for collection of element with same data type you are using array. It index always start with 0. In the same way you are defining in C, in the same way we are defining in C++ also. So syntax is data type, array name, and in square bracket you have to mention the size. Example was also given, integer ARR size 4, so its index start from 0 to 3. Next is function. Function is nothing but a simple block. We have previously used a function in class also. In the same way, same type data type, we have to write function name, in bracket argument and statement. So the same function I have used in it as an example of display and cout. So it is being used to print hello. Okay, last, that is pointer. pointer is a variable that is used to hold the address of another data members which they point. Means it used to store or hold the address of another variable is being defined. That is nothing but the pointer. Pointer we have also used in C. So syntax is data type, and star we have to write variable. Okay, example integer val 10, integer star p. So integer star p, that is a pointer, and in the next line we have allocate the address of val to p. So p is equal to ampersand of val. So that is nothing but the p will store the address of val variable. So this is nothing but about the derived data type. Okay. So in this lecture, after completing this lecture, or we had gone through the topics, that is the data types. In C++, we had discussed 3 data types mainly: basic data types, second one is user defined data type, third one is derived data type. In basic data types, that are inbuilt, or you can say primitive data types, that we have discussed: char, boolean, integer, float, double. Then we had gone through user defined data type. These are being defined by the user or being declared by the user. So that is nothing but structure, union, class, and enum. And lastly, we had seen the third category of data type, that is derived data type. And in that we had learned about array, function, and pointer. So after completing this lecture, a student will able to define the different categories of data type and the subparts of those data type, name them and list out them. So I hope you had learned and we have achieved our learning outcome, which I have previously mentioned. So you are able to learn this. Okay, once again, thank you for watching this lecture. Thank you.